Hi, this is Jeremy back with a new tech tip. Thanks so much for clicking the link and joining me. I'm going to spend the next few minutes talking about the Google Drive, specifically your St. Andrews Google Drive, and just an introduction to some of the things you can do with it. And then at the end, I'm going to announce some exciting tech training that's going to be taking place in the i2 lab at the North Campus. So let's just dive right into this. I went and opened up a new tab in my browser and I navigated to drive.google.com. And when I did that, I landed at this page right here, which is familiar to many of you. If you haven't used it before, you might not be familiar with this interface. If you have a personal Google account like I do, you may have found that you signed into that account automatically, especially if you've had Gmail open on your browser like I have, your personal Gmail. So if you do find yourself in your personal Google Drive and not the school one, you can sign out and then sign back in with your St. Andrews email address, and then you'll see the little logo up here like mine has in the corner, letting me know I'm in my school Google Drive account. Everybody on both campuses has a Google account. If you need the password reset, go ahead and contact the help desk and we can do that very quickly. Now, what is Google Drive? You probably know this, but it is what I would consider the best platform to both create content, to store content, to upload content that you already have on your computer for storage, and to share content. This is the place where you can not only put content that you already have on your computer, whether they be Word documents or image files, movies, whatever it might be. With a St. Andrews Google account, you have unlimited storage for your files. But you can also create brand new using this new button over here, things like Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, and probably my favorite, Google Forms. I'll be doing a training solely devoted to Google Forms because it is so powerful and so much fun to use. Slides would be the equivalent to PowerPoint, although I hesitate to make comparisons between these three and Microsoft Office's offerings because they are different. Google Sheets is far more robust than it was years ago when it first came out, and by robust I mean now it does have support for formulas. It does do pretty well with Excel file conversions. Google Docs, the same thing. In its early stages, it only had a few fonts. Now it has many fonts and functions a lot probably closer to Microsoft Word. But again, they're not competing products so much as they are different in the way they approach the creation of content, the storage of content, and the sharing of content. One of the main wins when you create a Google Doc, which I'll do here by clicking the new button, then clicking on Google Docs, is again another tab opened in my browser. The tab to the left here is my Google Drive, which I can just get back to. And then this new untitled document I just created, the first thing I'm going to do is give it a name, and we'll call it Awesome Document. And then if you notice right here, it says saving. All changes saved in Drive. So there's no save button in Google Drive. Everything is automatically saved. We're in the cloud right now. We're working in the Chrome browser. This document that I just created that was saved automatically as soon as I gave it a name is now in my Google Drive right here. You can see that I created a document called Awesome Document. I am the owner of it, and at 1:37 today is when I created it. So pretty powerful stuff, but then the magic starts to happen when I put content in here and then I want to share it with someone else. To do that, then I could just hit the share button right here. By default, all documents are private, only to you, the owner. And then I can type in the name of somebody here, and let's just do Julie Rust. And then I can choose the type of access to give her. Do I want to let her edit my document, just comment on my document, or is it just a view document? Just testing this out. And then do I want to send an email notification to her or not? I can check or uncheck that box. I won't bother her with that right now. I'll just click OK. And then it's just warning me that if I don't send an invitation, how are they going to know you've shared it with them? Okay, so now that that document has been shared with one person, if I had notified her and set this up probably a little bit better and told her that I was sharing it, she could jump into this document and I would see this cursor start hopping around with her name next to it as we both collaborated on this document. One of the other awesome things is I get version history, so I can see when the document was created and I can see who did what to that document that I just shared out with other people. Pretty powerful stuff. Let me go back to my drive here. I'm bouncing through this rather quickly because there's a lot of content in here, and the exciting thing I wanted to announce is that the i2 lab, the beautiful space there in the library, which is also right next to the IT space, I'm going to use that the same way it's being used already for i2 innovation, and a lot of teachers have been visiting that space. I'd like to invite you there for drop-in tech time as well. If I'm in my office, or even if I'm not, send me an email, shout at me, trip me in the cafeteria, and we can meet up in the i2 lab and begin to dissect and dive in deeper to all the stuff that the Google Drive has to offer. I really appreciate your time. Thanks so much for sticking with me.